Alright, welcome back everyone to another weekly video. It's episode 4. If you told me a couple of weeks ago that I'd be creating YouTube videos and I'd have a YouTube channel, I think you're crazy. But lo and behold, this is my 4th episode. So yeah, if you're returning from a past episode, thank you for being part of this growing little corner of the internet. We just crossed 95 followers on Blossom Social, which is pretty amazing. Just, 4 more to get to that 100 mark. So if you guys can help me get to that, that would be amazing. Thank you so much for all the support. And if this is your first time here, I'm really glad you're tuning in. Basically, each week I take ticker submissions on Blossom Social. I have something called Ticker Tuesday, where people submit tickers and I run them through the Valor Fund strategy, something I created in code, while also reviewing past signals, sharing a quick market outlook for this week, and highlighting some new opportunities that might be flying under the radar. So yeah, before we get into this week's tickers, I just wanted to quickly go over some of last week's signals and also some of the public signals. So yeah, first off, we had Webull, which was a public signal. We I'm just trying to get this in the middle of my chart, but yeah. And so yeah, this was a normal buy at $15.15. Usually for normal buys, we want to hit our target of 20%, which we did. I mean, we barely did, but we did. And so this is a win in the books. Overall, I'm still curious where this stock will go in the future. It seems like a good potential um, in terms of just how crypto is doing and how they're opening it up to crypto as well. So yeah, interesting play there. The next one is Leslie's, which wasn't a good win. I mean, we did have, based on the stock history, never did we have a week that it went up 50%. So there was a lot of bullish momentum building and change in direction as well from the downward trend. So the strategy picked up a buy signal, strong buy, and we expected it to do well. The buy was at 0.6150, and in the middle of the week, I think it was up 12%. I got kind of super excited. I was like, yay, it's moving up from the signal. But then Leslie's just posted some earnings, which was quite bad, and it just snuffed out everything, snuffed out the bullish momentum and the direction. And then this Friday, it hit our stop loss. So yeah, you win some, you lose some, but you basically try to win more than you lose and make sure your wins are much bigger than your losses. So this one's a loss in the books. The next one was BWMX. This one was an amazing stock in terms of the strategy, picking up when to buy it, the run up, and even fundamentally, it was quite good. So in terms of picking it up, we had a strong buy at 9.15, and from there we have been up now 43%, which is amazing. We also had, normal buys at 9.79. That's when I posted it on Blossom and even to my subscribers. And so from there also they're up like I think 33%. So usually for our strong buys, when it crosses 30%, we take 50% of the position out just to lock in some gains, and then we let it ride. And so we did over here, and obviously if you were at 9.79, you'd be taking it out at much higher price. What we also do is what we're doing right now, because the position is open. If it does cross 30 to 40%, we move our stop loss up 10%, just so that in case the stock ever drops, or there's some change in news or market fear or whatever, we at least are getting a 10% profit on the remaining 50 or whatever is left. Fundamentally, in terms of earnings, it was able to beat all the estimates, which was nice, both on EPS and revenue. So definitely a good stock that's building some momentum. I was happy to see that it broke the previous resistance, which was nice as well. So I'm curious to see where it would go. We do have an open buy position at, or sorry, an open buy signal for this week at $13.39. Let's see if that stop buy gets hit. But if it does, I'm curious to see how much further will it break. I mean, if it goes to $16, that's an amazing, you know, that's an amazing run from 915 of where we're holding. So yeah, moving on to last week's signals from Ticker Tuesday, we had a buy signal on Blink at $1.27. It did not get fulfilled. We usually just wait 4 weeks to see if it does. If it doesn't, we just cancel the trade. In terms of our open strong buy position, we were up almost, I think, 45%. Yeah. So same concept. You take 50% out at the 30% mark. But this one, it did come back down all the way to the 10%. So this would have been stopped out. Um, so yeah, that's Blink. For Grab, I believe there was no buy. Yeah, so no buy on Grab. Just didn't get fulfilled. Same with Sound, I believe too. Yeah, Sound was taught 1356, didn't get fulfilled. Viking Therapeutics, we did have a buy at 35.22, which did get fulfilled. So if you did that, you'd be down 7% as of today. Let's see where the stock goes. In terms of our strong buy open position, we would be up 3%. So yeah, that's the recap for last week's signals and the public picks. It just shows you why having a structured approach matters. Sometimes we hit it, sometimes we protect against downside. It's not about being perfect. It's about having a plan, removing the emotion, removing the fear and greed swings, and just sticking to the plan, executing, and making sure that we have good risk management in place so that in case we ever do have a failure, it's quite small, but our wins are, carrying on for a long term. Yeah, so moving on to market updates. We started out the week okay, but then obviously, good old Trump, I think I closed that tab, so let me just bring it up. There's two tabs. Yeah, so good old Trump, he basically did sweeping global tariffs on a lot of countries. He hit us as well in the Canadian markets and Canadian goods. We went from 25 to 35%, which is, yeah, not that great. Kind of rattled all the markets, sent all the major indices like the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ down. Um, and so yeah, it just basically caused a lot of fear in the market. On top of that, we had the July jobs report, which came in weak, which wasn't that great, caused some more fear. And then we also had the VIX shooting up 28%. So we're seeing an increase of volatility coming into the market, more fear. But you know, more volatility means more swings, good for traders. For us long-term investors, and even I guess the Valor Fund does a little bit of trading on the weekly time scale. It's good. You get those 20% swings much faster. So yeah, lots of good opportunities, and so we're sitting on cash right now, and just looking for good buying opportunities for stocks that are quite depressed, but they're doing well, and just the market overreacting. So yeah, let's just get into this week's 10 tickers, and so we'll start off with SMCI. Overall, the stock has been quite good in, I wouldn't say quite good, it's been amazing in terms of its performance. We had a buy opportunity in 2020, and then another one in 2022, and then another one in 23, all up 900% or more if you held it all the way. So, really good buying opportunities, and I'm also happy that the strategy picked up all these signals. So, that was good. And then after the split, we also got another opportunity that's up 90%. We don't have any open strong buy opportunities yet or any signals. So let's see if we have a signal at the end of all these 10 tickers. for this week. The next one was SER, brand new stock, just IPO'd, I guess, or open in 24, so not that much data on it. We do have an open strong buy, which would be down 15%. That strong buy came in December 24, so not much to say about the stock. I'd just be curious to see if it's going to break this little box. If it does, I'd expect, some bullish momentum. The next one, Evolution. This one, I'm not too sure if I got the right ticker because it's on the OTC market. We usually don't play much with the OTC markets. It's a little bit risky, and I don't think our subscribers also would like that. But either way, based on the analysis, we got a strong buy in 2019. That would have been up 900% or even more. Actually, probably 1200% for this. Oh, 1400% actually, yeah. And then we had a couple of losses, 22%, 33%, and then another gain over here, 30%, and then a loss of 12% here. So overall, I mean, good performing stock, but we're not in the OTC, so I can't say much about this stock. The next one, ATAI. This stock is really interesting. So obviously we had the massive, drop, a couple of losses, just one gain of 20%. But what I found interesting about this stock is it's getting this nice swing up to the upside. It broke all the resistance recently, so 256 and 286. And yeah, we didn't get any strong buys, so I was curious, like as in the other videos, do we have any buy signals? Which we did. We had one in May 25, which is, just a couple of months ago, and from that signal you'll be up 95%, which was amazing. We did get more signals of 296, 335, $4. I know this shouldn't have been here, 429, but that's your weekly signal. So 429 is a signal that is coming, and I'm actually quite interested in the stock just because of how it's building momentum, and earnings is coming up close. That's obviously a gamble to buy before earnings, but this could be, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of style. But if it does break these resistance points, even the one at $5 or yeah, $5, I think the stock could go up to $8 quite easily, just based on the momentum that it's building. So definitely a stock that I'm looking at. ATAI, that's something. Uh, if you guys have any ideas or research about that, that'd be nice to let me know. Next one, PNG. I think we reviewed this last week. It's a Canadian stock. Unfortunately, we don't have the data package yet, so we can't analyze this one. The same with Dry. It's a TSX. RAK as well. Same. QBTQ. This one I'm not too sure. I don't know what the CSE exchange is, so I have to probably research about that. And if anyone knows about that, it'd be nice to let me know as well. Um, in terms of the stock, not much volume or even like, just movement. And if you're trying to move in and out quickly of a stock like this, with not much volume and you have, a bigger position size going in, I'd be a little bit wary to put my money in here just to get in and out. We also have a split, so I would expect a drop, and we are seeing that slowly building up 22%, but I would expect it to come down quite a bit before we actually see some uh, change in momentum or some direction. The next one is CrowdStrike. If my computer can load. Yeah, so CrowdStrike was definitely a big name in 2020. A lot of people were talking about it. I think even I did a position here personally. It was a nice like 700% run up. We did get a buy signal in 23. I think that would have been a good time to buy in the recent like 5 years. That would have been up 300%. Amazing run up. We did have a little bit of a strong buy loss over here. The company is beating all its earning estimates. And so definitely a good company and even potential in terms of the AI right now. Um, in terms of AI, meaning like cybersecurity and what they're good at, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna play into that. In terms of the stock, like chart wise, I would expect a little bit of a pullback before we actually see some retracement, maybe even some reaction to the earnings report. So yeah, curious to see where the stock would go. Definitely a good value, good fundamental long-term stock with some potential. The last one is CRF. This one's a weird stock. I don't even know if it's a stock. It seems like it's a fund. Couple of dividends, and we have one open strong buy position, which is up 8%. And yeah, I'm not too sure what to say about this stock, so I'll just leave it at that. So I guess what you guys have all been waiting for, do we have any weekly signals as of today? And yes, we do. So obviously for SMCI and then the one I really like, ATI. So yeah, 429, 62, obviously manage your risk well. And these are normal buys, so let's see how these play out. And I think that's it for the 10 week or 10 tickers this week. Um, and yeah, my special pick. So something that I found recently, because I've been scanning the market and trying to see where my signals would play, trying to catch the signal before it even plays, was this stock called OMCL. I'm not sure if anyone has even heard about this stock or has done research about it. I'd be curious to know the deep dive research on this stock. But a little bit of context, it is pulled back a lot from its all-time high of $188 to almost 25, 22, and now it's sitting at 33. So definitely pulled back to a nice good region, um, where it might be interesting to get into the position. In the last 3 years, 23 to 25, it has beat every earnings estimate, and EPS and revenue, estimates, which is pretty amazing. What I find interesting is from 23 till now, even after beating all those earning estimates, it has only moved up, about 110%, which is not a lot compared, just, taking the fact that it's beaten a whole bunch of earning reports. So I'm curious to see how the stock would react to the next earnings report as well. And we do have a strong buy signal at 33.99. And right now the stock has been pushed down quite a bit. It reacted really well to the earnings, beat both EPS and revenue. But then obviously with the market fear this week, it kind of pushed back quite a bit. So I think, either it's going to break this in the next couple of weeks or months and see how that does. And if it does, it's a really nice, good run up or a good opportunity to get in. In terms of context, Omnicell is just a software company. They provide management and automation solutions for medication, which is kind of nice for healthcare systems and pharmacies. You know how healthcare systems are quite slow and inefficient, so definitely some value. I mean, it'd be curious to see if they would even, push some PR on how they might be including AI now into their platform. That obviously would, get into the AI hype and might push the stock up. But yeah, let's see how this stock does. It's OMCL. Let me know what you guys think about it. So yeah, thanks again for watching, for submitting your tickers, and for being part of this journey. Again, we just crossed, 95 followers. Help me get cross to that 100 mark, which mean a lot. That kind of support means everything. This project started as a fun hobby project, and now I'm making YouTube videos. So uh yeah, so next week when I drop my ticker Tuesday, make sure to post some tickers, and I'll keep working through them 10 at a time, every Friday or Saturday, to give you the results. So until next time, stay patient. The market seems bad right now, but don't give up, and stay data driven and stay invested, because this is probably a good time to start looking at good opportunities. So until then, see you guys next week.